I got my moderator Anktoyu in Discord, and he goes by Master Moose. And
Ayo.
in my chat, yeah, there he
Hey,
is. There they are. We're just gonna be bullshitting about our top five favorite games of all time. Maybe have some honorable mentions. Um, since I'm curious about Ank's list because he didn't have his finish last time I talked to him. What's your number five game on your list, Anktoyu?
so it's gonna be a Dragon Age Origins, one of the top, one of my favorite like isometric top-down RPGs I've played in quite a while.
Nice, nice.
It's a really good game. Yeah.
I I think I played the demo of that. I think I got it from like a fast food thing. I don't I don't
I
remember where.
I played it for a little while myself. First time I played it, I ran right for an area and it had baby dragons. And that messed me up pretty good. And then I rage quit and I sold the game or deleted it when my entire team got wrecked by a grizzly bear.
Oh,
So I
Nice.
dropped it. It was fun though. It was really fun.
I've never heard of somebody rage selling a game.
It happens.
What was your favorite part about it, Nate? What did you like, the graphics, the story?
Well, the combat was pretty satisfying. It probably had like one of the most memorable cast of interesting characters that have kind of definitely most RPGs in the last decade, I'd say, or however long it's been since it came out.
Right. And instead of just like beating the dead horse of the same, well, there's your gray wizard, there's the sexy
Yeah.
lady. There, although didn't that one have the witch, the hot witch that everybody was freaking out about for a while?
Yeah, it did have the Hot Witch in it.
All right. Um, what part of that game like stands out to you like the most? Like, is there a certain plot point, or should we get into plot points of story driven games?
I mean, I think if the game is a decade old,
Yeah, it's kind of like
like if you haven't played it by now, yeah, I mean, there's so many
it's
RPGs out there.
it's like somebody getting mad for spoiling the Sixth Sense.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right, Nate.
Just throw it out there. Spoiler alert
Spoiler
for
alert.
this stream.
Okay.
Except for
Well,
like the newer ones, like I have a newer game on here. I won't spoil that.
Okay. I'm just gonna put minor spoiler warning.
Cool.
that's fair.
All right. Anyway, so what was your favorite part, like the game part of the game that stood out the most to you?
Well, like essentially each character, race, and background slightly altered the story. That was pretty interesting. So if you're a dwarf noble, certain events will be slightly different throughout the story, or if you're just a commoner, you also have different NPCs will interact with you in different ways, or not like you, or things like that.
Word.
Oh,
I
so
may have
there
to. I may
go.
have to try this game again.
So there was like
I can't.
like a social system, like based on your like race and class.
Well, to some extent, like if you're a dwarf commoner, you're essentially just considered a thug, and a lot of like the highborn quote unquote people will just like sneer at you and not want anything to do with you.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Um, well, that sounds good. I'll have to check that out. I've only ever played the demo. Matt, what is your
Dragon Age 2, by the way, is also very good.
oh,
Just throwing that out there.
okay.
So,
What's your top
yeah.
five?
My number 5 was Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind.
I was wondering where that was going to be on your list.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
I feel it's the best Bethesda game. Love the world, love the size of it, the character creation. That was the first time I've ever had that kind of character creation. So
That
that's
kind
kind
of
of a
freedom.
yeah. I have well over 1,000 hours into Morrowind. High school, most of high school was Morrowind. So
So, what was your like first? Do you remember your first class or race or anything like that? Or
I don't. I don't. From high school, I have a few good memories. One is I went deep into a cave and ended up getting some kind of rot disease. That's another reason why this is one of my favorite RPGs, because diseases were hardcore.
yeah.
Hardcore. So I got this disease, couldn't get rid of it myself, started heading to the door. Well, I had run past some rats, and this disease progressed so quickly that by the time I got to those rats, I didn't have enough strength to even hold like a sword. So I had to restart the game. I had to delete my file, and that's when I learned with these kind of games have more than one save.
Yep.
That's when I learned.
That I think Morrowind started me on the 50 backup saves.
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially I played on Xbox first, and the
Oh.
number of crashes and corruptions, and
Yep.
yeah, dude, it was brutal. It was brutal.
So, did you get into like did you get into the magic system at all, or were you?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. That's actually one of my favorite parts about this game too is the spell crafting. I've never seen a game before or since that has that level of spell crafting.
It's probably because they were like, "This is so broken, and we don't know how to fix it."
Oh, dude, it was insane. My brother used to. He made what he called the nuke. It did 1 damage, and it had like 1 for all the stats except for area effect. And he would nuke the town. The entire town would run at him, and he would just pick them off with a bow. It was target practice.
So now that you got a PC, are you gonna rebuy it? It's on Steam.
Oh, it's already downloaded off Game Pass, but yes, I will be downloading it on Steam. I will be installing updates.
Nice. You can mod the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah,
mod.
one thing also to consider is Open Morrowind has multiplayer.
What?
Yeah, it's essentially like a third-party engine for the game, and it introduced multiplayer.
Okay, yeah, I'll be
You got to
looking
let me
at
know
that.
when you're playing that.
Hells yeah.
We can we can mod the shit out of it.
Let's do it.
I can't imagine us with like that infinite jump potion or
Yeah.
spell. I don't.
Well, dude, you can get levitate.
That's what
I mean,
I mean.
seriously, first time you get levitate, everyone just went as high as possible, right?
And then
Yeah.
Until the spell ended, yeah.
and then splat.
I think I had one spell I made called it's just like take your clothes off, bitch, or something, and just broke all their armor instantly. They just run around in their underwear.
Awesome.
No, I tried to play that game. Like when I first played it, it was after I played Skyrim. To be
Oh,
honest,
wow.
that's the first time I played Morrowind was after that, and I tried to play it like I played Skyrim. It did not work.
No,
it's
hardcore.
I had to learn how to play that game.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It's more hardcore than Oblivion even.
Yeah,
Like leveling up and stuff like that.
and just planning the.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had a notebook and I planned like my first 10 levels out, and yeah, I have a whole system for max stats and
Oh
shit.
man,
Yeah,
takes forever.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, like one thing I discovered, like if you think it's like soul trap on like a target plus fortify whatever stat you want, you can essentially just increase your stats infinitely.
Yep.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go cheat. Excuse me. All right. For my number 5, I switched it up a little bit at last minute. My number 5 game is Mario Paint on Super
Wow.
Nintendo. With that shitty little computer mouse, it was basically MS Paint,
Yeah,
right? But
with music.
there was the music maker. I was obsessed with the animation, the cartoon maker.
Yeah.
And I would just spend hours and hours making awful music videos, and they were just completely inappropriate. And I got grounded for a few of them, because we set up a VCR next to our Super Nintendo, so we recorded all our Mario Paint cartoons onto a VHS. and
That's
of course, like
amazing.
the first thing I did was make somebody taking a dump. I was like,
For sure.
I was like 11 when I got the game. I was like, okay, this guy's gonna poop, and then I just made horrible music to it because
Yeah.
why
Why
not?
not?
And
Yeah.
and it was I would get caught staying up so late making little tiny pixel arts of stupid shit on Mario Paint. Like it's school. It's a school night. Why are you animating that? Like somebody getting eaten by a dinosaur at like 3 in the morning. And they're like, go to bed. And oh, the fly swatter game. Everybody forgets about the fly swatter game.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I don't think I ever beat that. I think
You can beat it. I
yeah,
figured it was just infinite.
yep, you could beat it and you get a round of well, it loops back.
Word.
You get a round of applause or something like that. I don't remember.
Gotcha.
But they actually brought the fly game back for Mario Maker.
Oh wow.
It's a secret. I don't know about the second Mario Maker, but it was in
So
the first one.
I had no idea you could like record with VHS. To
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's annoying. It's not easy to do. It had like a whole section in the instruction booklet
Wow.
to record because they're like you can save it on VHS. I'm like who's gonna do that? And then I made somebody getting splashed with poop water, and I'm like, oh, well, I gotta save that. Like, what's this? Mom and Dad's wedding video? We don't need that. We what is this? This is Humphrey Takes a Dump. And now you may kiss a. Anyway, there's not much else to say about Mario Paint, to be completely honest. It had a stamp maker. Um, so we're gonna go back back to Enktoyu. What is your number 4?
So it's gonna have to be a X4. So it's essentially like a space empire building game. So you essentially just start off as a single ship, and you can like recruit some miners or traders to start bringing in more money and start building space stations and essentially creating your own fleets from scratch and go to war with some of the other factions. And
That's cool.
like the economy is like, pretty interesting. Like pretty much everything gets affected from war to supply and demand to pirates raiding, and you have like a giant alien fleet that starts trying to take over the universe.
Word. Now, how does this game work? Is it mostly menus? Is it like StarCraft?
Early on, it's kind of just like a arcade spaceship, but it does as you build up your empire and fleet, it does go heavily into like simulation and menus.
Gotcha.
Like you can see all your fleet moving along the map and see like what systems they're in and what's
That's
going on with any other NPC factions. It's really
That's cool.
interesting.
Is it just like an open world, do your own thing, or is it the objective to conquer, conquer the galaxy?
Essentially, well, the kind of like end game is to rent they're essentially replicants, and you try to prevent them from just overwhelming the universe and wiping everything out.
All
Now,
right.
is this single player or is this multiplayer?
It's mostly single player. There's kind of slightly multiplayer elements, like you can essentially send like a trader to another person's game, and they'll just kind of trade resources, but you
Gotcha.
can't actually interact with any other people.
Okay.
There's
Yeah,
a-
text. Was it called X4?
Yeah,
I'm writing that down. That sounds dope.
that does sound really fun. How long have you been playing that game?
I probably have a couple hundred hours into it.
No shit. That sounds uh that I man, I might have to look that up too, to be honest with you.
It's definitely recommended to get like a Hotassa stick and throttle. That definitely increases the fun rating considerably.
For sure.
Oh, is it not top down? I was picturing this as a top down game.
No, like if you're in direct control of a ship, it is kind of more arcadey. So there's I think of like freelancer or something like that. So you're just like flying around in space, but you once you kind of get big, it's more kind of menu planning things out kind of type game.
That's
Right.
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm gonna
Now, when you get a big fleet, can you still go to your ship and fly around and stuff?
Yeah, you can like you can be say you're flying around and say you want to send your miners to a different system, you can just open the menu and like locate where all your miners are doing and just issuing them different orders. So if you wanted to mine like a different type of ore or whatever, you just give them the order and they'll start automatically doing that. Like and then you can if you're in the same system, you can actually see them flying around and doing whatever you told them to do.
Word. Yeah, it sounds really cool. I am sold.
that was pretty quick.
Yeah, no, it sounds awesome. I'm a dude. I like menu work. I like spreadsheets. I like menu work.
You should
This
look
is
up.
like Spreadsheet, the video game.
Yeah, dude, I'm down.
You should
I
look
used to
up
play
Hearts of
this
Iron.
Mafia game. There was a Mafia game I used to play. It's literally like 3 menus, and that's all it is.
Like
It's
they
like,
have a whole.
do you want to buy? Do you want to sell, or do you want to do a hit? That's like the only 3 menus there were.
Sounds like a Facebook game.
Yeah.
So is there like random missions, like side quests, Nate, or?
Yeah, there's different storylines. Like one of the kind of main storyline is you get your player HQ set up, and that gonna introduce you to how to build custom stations. And like in this game, all the stations are complete in module. So as you just unlock new modules, you can add in it and make self-sufficient stations. So like if you want to make one that just does say food production, you can get like a module that grows cows, then like a butcher that turns into whatever product. Then you can
Weird.
sell those products to other factions.
So you can
That's
have
awesome.
a meat emporium space station run by like a HAL 9000, just selling meat to the universe.
Yeah. Then
That's
like
awesome.
like if you want to, you can actually like go everywhere and destroy all other meat production facilities. So you have
the
the
only
entire market.
the
Unlocked.
Oh, and that's where the supply and demand comes in. So
Yeah.
I'll be getting into this for sure. This is awesome.
I've never heard of this game.
Me neither.
That's
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
You guys will see me like 3 months later.
3 months later, I gotta get all the meat.
Yeah.
And if you want to be criminal, you can get those space drugs going.
Heck yeah. Let's do it. That'll be my main thing, and then yeah, I'll have a meat processing stand for laundering money.
For all the snitches. We got snitch burgers over here.
Yes.
Oh damn. I gotta find that game.
Yeah, I'll be checking that out for sure.
Well, cool. All right. The number 4 on my list is actually Anktoyu's favorite game. That is Dark Souls. A little not true at all about Anktoyu's favorite game. Most definitely not Dark Souls.
Fantastic game though. Fantastic.
This is a game that I played and I shelved for 3 years. And then I think I was trying to quit smoking or something. And I got so into that, I beat it 4 times in a row. Just,
Yeah.
it was all I focused on after I realized that you just start as the knight with the master key. And then I since went on to, I beat it with the knight. I got to like New Game Plus 4. I started out as the pyromancer, maxed him out. Well, not maxed him out, but maxed out his pyromancy. I still not have maxed out any character. Like got to like level 713 or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have I might cheat someday just to see what a maxed out character feels like, but I'm not doing that legit. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think what really got me into the game was that like no matter what kind of character class you started as, you could customize it in any way.
Yeah.
Just steer off into any million different directions and just find that perfect character, that perfect weapon set. Uh, and then I started getting real, like, once I started getting into, like, figuring out how the game works and everything, like mechanically, then I started reading the item menu, and that was a rabbit hole that didn't stop for a
Yeah.
long time. And then just like getting all like realizing how the world is all linked together and like loops back on itself.
Yeah.
And like the fact that like if you're in one area, you can look across the map and see the previous area in the background somewhere. And the
Yeah.
and it's like it's not just like a skybox thing. They actually modeled that area
Yeah.
in a tiny form.
I like my favorite area that shows that is when you're walking through the catacombs right before you get to Nido
Hmm.
and you see Ash Lake.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
And then
That
you're
looks
like,
so awesome.
then once you finally find Ash, like you're like, oh, wait a second, holy shit.
Whoa. Yeah.
That you get that
That's
realization. You're like, wait a second,
yeah.
this is because it looks like somewhere like, oh, that's a cool background. And
Yeah.
then you get there and the music starts. Oh man, there's
That's
go ahead,
go ahead.
go ahead.
That's one of the magical things about Miyazaki games. Like the first time you play, it doesn't really matter which one you play. When you play his games, yeah, there's some revelations that are just amazing. Like you were talking about the world design, how everything loops back, and um, yeah, man, it's a pretty magical, special thing when you really realize that.
Uh, one another thing like that is, I mean, you have to get the DLC, but spoiler alert, the Artorias of the Abyss DLC.
Yeah,
When you go back in time and realize you're in the past version of the Dark Wood,
yeah,
that's like, wait a second. These are like you're going through all the stuff that's ruined in the Dark Wood, and you're like, holy shit.
yeah.
And if you somehow manage to beat the DLC before beating Sif the Grey Wolf, the Great Wolf, um, he will recognize you before the fight
Wow,
starts, and he'll be like,
that's awesome.
he'll like look upset that he has to kill you, but because you can save him in the DLC, and
Oh, okay.
if you do that, then Sif recognizes you during that fight, and he has different like expressions, like he's like reluctant to attack you and stuff like that.
Wow.
It's really cool. Um,
Yeah,
so I know you're into Souls games.
love them.
Um, what would you say is your favorite area of Dark Souls?
Oh man, my favorite area of Dark Souls 1. Um, that's tough, dude. I mean the fortress is pretty awesome.
Sen's Fortress.
Yeah, that place is pretty dope.
That's the perfect D and
I
D
think
campaign.
it is. It is. I think New Orleans what is it? New
Lorando or something like that.
yeah. Yeah, New Lorando is probably my favorite. I just love the large statuesque buildings and how fancy it is and everything and how beautiful it is, and then of course you have the usual Dark Souls theme kind of mixed in with that.
Especially if you kill Gwyn,
Yeah.
Guinevere, and then it's like, oh, now you pissed off everybody. And
Yeah.
the illusion fades.
The first time I did that, all of a sudden like that one firekeeper attacked me and stuff, and yeah.
Yep. Whoopsie days.
Yeah.
For me, and I know a lot of people hate this area, but the Duke's Archives, I love.
Duke's Archives is dope. Yeah. It really is.
I like that. I like the like just past that, the crystal caves I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
Once I figured out how to get past the invisible bridges and all that.
Freaking invisible bridges.
Watch the snowflakes. You
Yeah.
gotta and just so Anktoyu's not bored, I just because I know he hates these games. I'm trying to break him of that. But
Never gonna happen.
I think just the weapon diversity and how useful your armor can be in certain situations
Yeah.
really sets this apart from like every other Dark Souls, because like didn't put so much of an emphasis on armor in the second one at all. And
Yeah. Well, it's not a Miyazaki game though.
that's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. But even 3,
Yeah.
even 3 was leaning more towards like Bloodborne style. Almost. Like maybe just in the speed.
There were some builds you could go that was kind of Bloodborne-y.
But no. There was definitely Oh, actually, there's some bosses in Artorias of the Abyss that look strikingly like Bloodborne bosses.
Yeah.
Like the main boss, I forget his name, Manos in
Yeah.
the Abyss, looks a lot like the cleric beast in Bloodborne.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I love the upgrade
was-
system
I was actually disappointed by the weapons.
in Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. hmm
That's fair. There,
There's a lot of weapons. All of them from like the same category are the same thing.
fair.
But the armor system, that's what makes it. The armor and weight system is awesome.
Top notch.
Yeah,
Well,
because that's what chooses your play style, really.
is if you do you want to be the fast and stab from behind, or do you want to go in
Yeah.
there with a dragon tooth and just
Mhm.
splatter?
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, you can even find streamers who
Go
they
naked.
rock a strength weapon. Yeah, they'll rock a strength weapon going naked, and you can't hit them because they're
Yep.
so fast.
And they double hand their weapon so they can still
Yup.
use it. It's nuts.
Yep.
I've seen
Yeah.
somebody stun lock Ornstein with the dragon
Wow.
tooth, and he's naked. I'm like, holy crap.
Mhm.
I also like how you can upgrade everything and customize it even
Yes.
farther.
Yep.
I wish there was a way to upgrade more than 3 items per playthrough, but you know, you can't.
Yes.
Um,
But that game, I mean, one of the huge draws, at least for me in this game, is the replay value. I mean, if I get one of these games, I know I'm at least going to New Game Plus 4.
yeah.
Now I gotta go play Dark Souls again and go to New Game Plus 5 because I just found out about Sif and that alternate dialogue. So excited.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Dude, it's like 3 seconds. It's just like,
I don't care.
I
I'm
gotta
checking it
gotta
out.
see everything. You gotta see
That's
everything.
right. That's right.
There's a show on YouTube called Boundary Break, and it's just
Okay.
they mod games so they can go out of limits, like out
Yep,
of
I've
bounds.
seen those. Yeah,
So,
those are cool.
Dark Souls
Those
and
are really cool.
Bloodborne were good
Yeah.
ones. But anyway, I think we're gonna.
Yes.
Anktoy's been silent for probably 20 minutes now, so I think
Well,
we're.
that's would be Matt's number 4, right? Next.
I think we started
Yeah,
with you.
No, I haven't done my number 4.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm glad somebody's keeping track of that. What's your
No
number
worries.
4?
Well, unfortunately for Frank, it's Bloodborne, my 2015 game of the year. We don't have to repeat a lot of it. It's another Miyazaki game, so there's a lot of all that.
We should discuss the differences in combat.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
And
way different.
that's why one of the main reasons I like Bloodborne. It's far more aggressive, it's far more fast paced. You have to attack the enemy to rally and get health back. And then all the usual stuff with Miyazaki, man. The lore is amazing. The puzzle, the world itself is a puzzle. Side quests are a puzzle. The
Oh,
lore is a like everything
side
is a
quests.
puzzle.
The side
Every
quests in those,
they're
in all of his
special.
games,
Yeah.
it's like you don't even realize you're on a side quest until something
Yeah.
slaps you in the face. You're like, oh,
Yep.
like the first time
Um,
I saved the
Go ahead.
crow lady, or fought the
Yeah.
crow lady. Whew. Well, actually, the
Yeah.
first time I fought the crow lady, I just walked up to her, said hi, and started trying to attack her, and that did not end
Yeah.
well. I was
Yeah.
like, I want that hat. Or
I
so-
was stubborn. I stayed there until I beat her.
yeah. Well, I was
and
like,
it was rough.
if somebody's this powerful this early on, something's up. So,
Yeah.
but New
Yeah.
Game Plus, I definitely just
Yeah. But yeah, man, and it's kind of like that's where it's opposite for me too with Bloodborne is the weapons are amazing.
yeah,
Absolutely amazing.
they really like they didn't scale back the weapons, but they made them all feel very different.
Yeah.
Which-
Very different and all but a few of them are viable too.
Right? Did I tell you I almost beat Bloodborne with the whip? I got really
No.
far. I
Damn.
got who's the
That's,
baby? Who's the one with the cradle? You like that baby
Oh, the
carrot?
wet nurse.
That's
Yep,
who I
the
got
wet
stuck
nurse.
on with the whip.
Yeah.
But I
Dude,
got
that wet nurse.
that
She's
fight.
brutal.
That fight.
And this game also has one of my favorite DLCs ever. The DLC for this game was just phenomenal. It went even more into the Lovecraft cosmic horror, which is another reason I love this game. It's the best cosmic horror game I've ever played. And yeah, dude, like you get into the Innsmouth is essentially what the DLC is, and so it's just amazing. Yeah. Can't say enough good things.
That
about
horse
Bloodborne.
boss, that first boss in the DLC,
Yeah,
dude, that gave me so much trouble.
yeah. I
I
played him at New Game Plus 7 too. That's when I got the DLC.
oh no,
So, dude,
yeah.
at first I was bringing people in, literally dying one hit. Like they must have been like New Game Plus, like one or two people, one hit, they're dead.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten to like level 480 something.
Ooh,
I might have ended up getting into the low 500s actually.
I think I got 2. I think I got 200. I think that's where because I only beat that game twice as opposed to
Okay.
my Dark Souls like 15.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, once you get to like level 250, man, it's a crawl. It's rough.
Yeah. It's like you don't even care you lost the souls. It's like I had another 17 hours of grinding for souls anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you lose 100,000. It's like I needed like 600,000 anyway, whatever. Meanwhile, I'm playing with John, and John's freaking out because he loses like 600 souls. It's like, bro, you have no idea.
Just you gotta let that go. You just gotta
Yeah, you'll get more. There's always more souls, dude.
just
Always more
accept it
souls.
now. It's like
Yep.
it's like paying your bills. You'll get paid next week too. Just
Exactly.
try to
Yep.
ride it out. Don't lose your cool.
Yeah. Now I try and tell people it's a game of inches. Like every time you die, hopefully you'll gain an inch or two on the map. That's
Yeah,
really,
it's like getting getting the next down in a football game, you know.
dude. It reminds me of Mega Man. Like Mega Man, to win those games, you just have to memorize each map.
Oh, definitely.
And it's kind of like that difficulty for me.
I've been playing Mega Man on the Game Boy. I'm like, I used to be so good
Yeah.
at this. Oh, right. I had a lot more time.
And then there's the original Dark Souls, what I consider original Dark Souls, which is Nightmare Creatures on the N64.
Oh God, we're not getting into that.
Rip.
Ugh.
Okay, number 3.
All right, Nate. Anktoyu, what is your
All
number
right,
3?
It's gonna have to go with modded Skyrim specific because there's been this pretty cool tool called Wobject that came out relatively recently, so it allows people to essentially make curated mod packs and essentially just plug and play. You just download the mod pack you want and you play the game. It has everything pre-installed, so you don't have to worry about troubleshooting anything at all.
I
So,
use I use
there's-
that. That's very helpful.
Yeah,
Anyway, keep going.
Nate, text
one-
me that thing. Text me
Yeah.
the name for that at some point.
Yeah, so I've been trying this one mod pack called Living Skyrim, which essentially just works on heavily populating the world. So you have like patrolling bandit clans, all of these different factions actually like do stuff in the world, and there's like hundreds upon hundreds of just random NPCs to make the world not feel like it's just empty and dull like vanilla Skyrim is.
That's awesome.
Then
Now,
like,
can you use more than one pack at a time?
yeah, you can install as many mod packs as you want, but obviously they all take a considerable amount of storage. Like Living
Right.
Skyrim installed as a 200 gigabyte mod pack.
Ooh wee. Good thing I bought a 2 terabyte storage.
Yeah.
Just for Skyrim. That's all that second storage is going to be is Skyrim and Morrowind modded.
Skyrim and the porn mods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
we
this
got somebody
mod
in
pack
chat.
it changes everything. Like it alters all the base textures, the weather system, the lighting system. It changes all the skills, how leveling works. All like it adds tons of magic, new content, new followers. It's super satisfying. Like it changes how combat works. So there's like more active dodging, so it's much more of an active RPG than the regular Skyrim is.
Dope.
One thing that I liked, one of my favorite mods is it gets rid of the loading screens when entering towns.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
So the door just opens up. It's like such a little thing.
Yeah.
But somebody
Yeah.
had a question for us in chat.
Yeah.
So it's a quick one. Which Souls game is the hardest in your opinion? They say the first one you play is the hardest and the last one is the easiest. I disagree though. I argue Souls 2 is the hardest.
So, if I can,
Thank you for that, Antonio.
I'm going to agree with him to a point. I do think, obviously, you learn a lot from your first playthrough of a Miyazaki game. There's a huge learning curve. The reason, though, I would say Dark Souls 2 is the hardest is because it's fucking broken. The systems in that game are broken. Parrying is nonsense. So because of that, yes, I would say Dark Souls 2 is the hardest.
I can't judge. I've only beaten the first one. I didn't like the second one because they focused way too much on multiplayer that they forgot to design a good
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
But I think I would have to say, just
You never
based
beat the
solely,
third?
I've never beat the third one.
Oh, it's so good. It's rough, but it's good.
But I have gotten farther in the third one than the second one, so I would agree
Yeah.
that the second one's the hardest.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to modded Morrowind. What are some of your favorite mods for that? Just because
mean
Skyrim.
Skyrim, sorry.
Yeah.
So probably my favorite mod is called Apocalypse Magic. It's like a whole magic system, and essentially, there's like only a few spells, but you level those spells up, and you can choose new traits to alter how they work. Whether it's like making a fireball have more AOE damage or things like that. So you have a huge amount of replay value on what perks you choose for the levels. Because I think unless you change it, each spell can only have 5 perks, and there's
Okay.
like 20 different perks for like each spell. So you can have a huge amount of customization. It is super satisfying.
So okay, so it kind of gives you a little bit of the scale of the spell creation we had in Morrowind. Obviously, not nearly to the degree,
Oh no,
but there
definitely
is
not.
spell crafting. That's dope. I'll have to check that mod out for sure.
Yeah.
Also, my second favorite mod, Kill Children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Those
that's
little shits, they've lived too long thinking they can just get away with whatever they want to say.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Got
when
it.
I can slap, yeah, things change quick, don't
No, I don't even kill them. I just like slap them. Just like
Yeah. Me
It's
too.
like-
Just get him to run away.
It's like
That's it.
don't talk about
Yep.
my mother. Don't take my sweet roll.
Yeah.
Um, Ank, do you do any like custom campaign mods? There's a few of those, not many, but
Yeah. This mod pack has has one based off what was the thief guy in Oblivion? I can't remember his name. Gray something.
Gray Fox,
Gray Cowl.
Gray
Or Gray
Fox,
Fox.
Gray
Yeah,
Cowl.
yeah,
He had a cowl.
There's a
yeah.
whole modded land based off him, and you do actually get the Great Cowl at the end of it. That's
That's so.
quite satisfying.
That's
Then
cool.
there's this one where you inherit this Dwemer or Dwarven mansion, and it's haunted. So you try to investigate what's going on. That's pretty satisfying.
I'm pretty sure that one's an award winner too. I think that one won some awards. I don't remember what though.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Then I do know this one big team is working on completely recreating the Morrowind world in Skyrim.
Dude, I can't wait.
Dude,
If
I
it
just
ever
I
comes
just
out.
dude, I just creamed my jeans.
Yeah, if it ever comes out, I'm ready.
My body, my
Yeah.
soul. What are your opinions of vanilla Skyrim? Do you think that game holds up on its own, or does it have to be modded?
I feel like these days probably not, because the amount of even if you just do like say a vanilla plus run through, the amount of bug fixing and crash fixing, all that is so ridiculously ran by the community that
You have
like,
to
Bethesda doesn't
mod
give
it.
a shit.
Well, yeah, well, they have the mod community. Why
Yep.
why hire somebody when you can have the unpaid interns do it for you?
Yep.
Anyway,
Yes.
that's a topic for a different stream.
we'll just shit on the top 5. Well, that's what we'll do. Top 5 most hated.
Oh boy,
Developers
EA,
and publishers.
Activision, Bethesda.
I know, we're all gonna have like the same list.
Same list, maybe different order. Right now, Activision's at the top.
Oh
Yeah, for
yeah,
What about Blizzard? Blizzard's going through some stuff.
Well, they're owned by Activision.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Activision
that's
does the
right.
same
Yeah,
thing.
that's right.
well, before they were owned by Activision, they were shitty in their own right, and they like
Yeah,
Captain Planeted into the ultimate shits.
yeah, they did.
Oh my god.
Another discussion for another day.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's like some topics I don't need on my stream right now.
Right?
I think I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. Some Spooky Duke thought that was funny. I'm gonna grab a beer real quick. I think Matt, I think you're up
Yes,
next.
sir.
But
Yes,
I'll be
sir.
right back.
But yeah, vanilla Skyrim, man, that was something. The thing was so broken.
Yeah.
I remember for a while too, one of the you know the like deities you can help for a special item.
Yeah.
Like vanilla, dude, there were 2 of those that like didn't even work for a while. Like they were just completely bugged.
Oh, nice. But yeah, like one mod in this mod pack. It's at the start of the game, you choose deity you want to support, and like if you do things that deity approves of, they'll give you bonuses, and
What?
you can actually pray to them and all that.
Oh, that's
Oh
cool.
well, I mean, I'm going Shira. What's his name? Shira.
Sure.
Sheogorath or
Gorath?
something.
Oh
Or no,
man.
which one's the one that he's just a prankster?
I think that's Sheogorath.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
Yeah, I'd
man.
go him
I
all the way.
almost just dropped like the Quake boss. Shub-Gorath or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, Matt, you're number 3. We're on number 3, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So this one has a this one's important to me. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Ooh.
Fell in love with it, man. I can't play it enough.
I don't even know what questions to ask you.
Yeah, Kojima, man. I mean, what can you say about Kojima, dude? You're probably not gonna understand the story. I enjoyed it. I didn't fully understand it.
Is it true that they
Um,
have a 70-minute cutscene?
mm, Possibly. It's been a little. I think so, actually. I think so. It was definitely around an hour.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah. Um, it's Kojima, man. But amazing boss fights. Boss fights you can solve in a few different ways. Um, just the things that he thinks of, like um, the sniper battle. You can just like put the game down for a week or two, and he dies on his own because of old age. Um, and one of
That's
my
amazing.
yeah, it's awesome. And one of the main things that I like about him and his style is he's able to inject comedy into these such serious worlds and themes. And he can still kind of play around with it and have a good time. And then, I mean, his music selection is always good. And yeah, man, it's my favorite stealth game ever.
Wow,
100%.
that's pretty tall.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Um,
not about 3, but on Phantom Pain, when you get into the first fight with Quiet, you could defeat her just by
Yeah.
calling supply drops on her, and they just fall on her and kill
Yep.
her.
Metal Gear Solid 4, there's a cutscene towards the beginning, and you can actually snipe one of the bosses right there and kill him.
that's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, Kojima, man, the guy is just on another level.
Yeah,
It's
actually,
just,
I
and
just
that's the
I just
even
got
like,
Metal Gear Solid working.
yes. Even the games of his where they don't work so well and they don't get such praise, like fuck, what was that? Walking one.
Death
No,
Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. Even though that didn't quite work as a game for me, the things he implemented in that world are just amazing. Like the entire, like you're in a solo game, but you have to construct these roads, and the entire community puts in materials to build the road,
Oh,
and
that's
it's
weird.
shared on like servers, that road.
Huh.
And yeah, dude, I mean the things he implemented, and of course like his character designs and his enemy designs are
He needs to work
fantastic
on his
too.
names.
Yeah,
Die Hard, man.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, back to
Yes.
Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yes.
The thing that I never actually got to play the game, I watched you play a lot of it. But
Mhm.
the thing that caught my attention was the camouflage system.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Uh,
love the camouflage system.
and that's like a weird way of implementing like armor into
Yeah.
a stealth game, which has yet to be done in any other
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, no, that is one thing that I really dig about this game is, yeah, I mean, and the entire series. Or no, I think it might have started with 3 actually. I don't know if 2 had the camo percentage or anything. But
I don't know.
yeah, no, it's really cool. And if you kill an alligator, you can skin it and wear it, and it gives you like 90 or 100% camo if
Oh,
you're like
jeez.
laying on the ground.
If you're, oh man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And you have to, another thing, dude, it's got heavy survival elements. You have to like hunt for food and eat.
Oh, that's
Um,
another thing I wanted to bring up. How difficult does that make your playthrough?
it's not too bad. It's not heavily weighted on that. But if you can do it successfully, it's more needed in the harder difficulties
Gotcha.
because you have
Makes
to heal
sense.
more.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. Is there any like point in the game that really stands out for you, or?
The first time I played a completely non-lethal run through, I
Oh,
thought that was
damn.
awesome. I've seen quote unquote non-lethal like completions of games, but there's still bosses you have to kill and
Yeah,
things like that. Yeah, so I thought being able to kill or subdue every single boss non-violently was pretty cool.
that's a nice touch.
Yeah.
So that just adds a whole nother level of replayability to the game
Yep.
as well.
And that's another thing too, is I like the replay of these games too. Most of these games on my list have a ton of replay value. I like how like it's gonna take you, if you unlock everything, it's gonna take you a few goes.
Yeah.
Like you can't unlock everything in one go. So
Oh man, I missed that.
yeah.
Instead of you can't unlock anything for under $50.
Yeah.
I miss those days, which is why I'm running a nostalgia-based retro channel. But, you know,
Yes.
I digress. Is there anything else you want to add about this game before we move on?
I mean, I don't think so. No, just go check it out. If you haven't played it, go check it out. The environment and everything is just awesome. It's Kojima's best work in my opinion.
Nice. All right, number 3 for Retro Saya is Super Mario Land 2 on the Game Boy.
Oh wow.
Because that is just handheld Super Mario World. I think every time I play it, I get every exit on every save file. Oh, Spooky Duke, he gets it. He gets it.
Yeah.
It's the only Mario game where you can beat it in any order you want.
That's cool.
The only downside of that is there's not much of a difficulty spike. It kind of stays in the medium difficulty the whole
Right.
but 6 different worlds, and you could just tackle them in any single order you want. And that was mind-blowing to me as a child. It's
Yeah.
like, oh man, there's no level 1. You can go up here and go up there. And I really liked how you got 1-ups from killing enemies instead of collecting the coins.
Oh wow. That's cool.
So you had to kill 100 enemies to get a 1-up. So they're like, instead of just like jumping over and dodging and ignoring enemies, like first appearance of Wario. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, that's a good point. The first appearance of
wow.
Wario.
I did not know that.
So yeah, it gave it like in all other Mario games, you just like speed run and like jump over enemies and kind of ignore them.
Yeah.
Like this one gave you incentive to kill, which is weird for a Mario game.
Yes.
But the coins were cool too because you could buy like entry into little mini games to get 1-ups and stuff.
Oh wow.
And just the world design in that and the levels were all so diverse. It was kind of weird because there was one called Pumpkin Zone. It was all Halloween based, but
Yeah.
there was little Easter eggs like Goombas wearing Jason masks and stuff like that. And there was one called Mario Zone, and you just were inside a giant robotic Mario, and it was all like it had like clockwork stuff and like construction cranes. But the one that stood out to me. Hey, Spooky Duke, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. I just got some punk rock beats blasting my ears for a second, scared the shit out of me. That's my fault. That's my fault for doing that sound effect, but it fits. And thank you again. It really is appreciated. My favorite, I could flip a coin. There's a one called Macro Zone and one called Space Zone. And Macro Zone is like Mario's shrunk. So like you start out in the front yard of this house, but you're tiny, so all the enemies are ants and stuff. And like your warp pipes are replaced by like flower pots that you can go down. And like the boss is like a sewer rat. But Space Zone is like, low gravity or sometimes no gravity depending on the level. And the boss for that is actually the final boss of the original Super Mario Land. So that was really cool.
Oh wow.
But yeah, every time I put put this game into the Game Boy, I like max out all 3 save files just because I know the game so well. I just go through it. I beat it like once a day for 3 days straight and 100% it each time.
That's awesome. You may have to. I've never seen this game before.
Really? I was thinking
Yeah,
about
well,
playing it on stream some point.
I wasn't a fan of the original, so I didn't buy the second for Game Boy.
So completely
yeah,
different.
dude, this sounds awesome. Yeah, this sounds awesome.
Oh,
That's one thing about Nintendo. I hate that, dude. They'll use the name of a game, but they'll put out a completely different type of game. Like Paper Mario is a great example of this. RPGs all the way through, and then you get to the Wii, and it's like an adventure RPG. Like it's so weird.
yeah. Yeah, that is a weird. Well, they even did it like the sticker star or whatever. I didn't like that, but
Yeah, I didn't either. I only liked the one that was like free roaming and stuff.
oh, Super Paper.
I remember the 1,000-year-old door one being quite enjoyable.
That was good. That was the
Yeah.
second one. That was really fun. What was I gonna say? Oh, Mario Land 2 had the carrot item, which is amazing.
What's that do?
Gives you rabbit ears that you can flap and just like glide over the entire level.
What?
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
If for some reason you're still a weirdo like Matt here that hasn't played it, you should definitely play it. It's a handheld Super Mario World. It really is. It's a lot of fun. There's secret exits just like Mario World. And I like it. I wish they would make more of an open world style Mario game like it, because you
Yeah.
can go to any of the 6 worlds at any point that you want, and I think that's really cool.
A mod for Mario 64 would be dope.
Oh, I
Just
play
open everything up.
modded. There is modded
Oh, is there?
Mario 64 that I played it, and like every level is connected.
That's awesome.
So like you
Wow.
can, the Rainbow Ride level.
Yeah.
You can fly from there and like land at the castle front door.
That's awesome. Wow.
And there's also one of my favorite mods is called Nonstop Mario,
yeah.
where it doesn't kick you out of the level when you collect a star.
Oh,
That's
yes.
it cuts down on your playtime a lot.
Yeah.
I know there also is a Mario 64 randomizer, which essentially changes the location of like all the stars and other
That's
items.
cool.
What else? Oh, there's Mario Battle Royale, which takes that every level's connected but drops you in with 100 other Marios, and you gotta kill each other. I'm not a fan of Battle Royale games by any means, but I think it's hilarious that they did that.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Anktoyu, what is your number 2?
It's gonna have to be a Warcraft 3. Start
Ooh.
my deep interest into
Awesome.
real-time strategies, and like that game probably has defined numerous new types of genres more than any other game. Like obviously you have
Yeah.
like the battle arenas like Dota that started as Warcraft 3. You have tower defenses, which I believe started in Warcraft.
I remember those.
I
Yeah.
think that's like probably one of the most influential games when it came out.
That
Like-
game was amazing. I love Warcraft 3. The
I
entire series, Warcraft 2 was good too, and
have only beaten Warcraft 3 once, and then I just played nonstop modded Warcraft 3 just relentlessly. Because I really liked the story of Warcraft 3 and the Frozen Throne. They had
Yeah.
really good storylines. But then, like Ank said, I got into the mod packs and everything, and then I started playing X-Men Tower Defense and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then
Yeah, I remember this one RPG game based off Final Fantasy. So you just go around and level up characters, and you can unlock Sephiroth as a secret character. And in order to save your progress, you had this like 30 long digit string of letters and numbers you had to manually write down to remember. And you use that to load your character back up next time you played.
that's cool. Not that it's 30 long, but the fact that they figured out how to do that. Oh man! And then they went and fucked it all up again. I'm shitting on Active. That's a different stream.
Yeah, we don't go there.
I could shit on Blizzard all day. Um, um, is there any part of the main game that really sticks out?
I think how the like different campaigns kind of interact with each other was really cool. Like how you can play the undead and see like the progress, like how the undead worked while you're doing stuff like say the Night Elf campaign, and just kind of see different sides of the story. That was pretty satisfying.
That was really cool. I liked the DLC and how like the human hero you were like triumphing with the entire time is all of a sudden like the most ruthless villain now. Just like that blew my mind when I was a kid. And I liked how when you beat all three campaigns, you unlocked like a secret Diablo style campaign as like the orc war chief.
Yep.
That was really cool. What Ank, what's your opinion on like what are they called? Hero abilities? Like any of like the named commanders had like a cooldown ability, I think. It's been a long time since
Yeah.
I played it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. Like it definitely introduced a lot more kind of micromanage to the game. Like if you had a whole army selected, you didn't have access to that hero's ability, so you would have to like kind of manually switch to the hero, and definitely added quite a bit more kind of strategic elements to the game.
Yeah, because you had to like keep track of your small army, like your peons and stuff, and then like if you really needed to fuck shit up, you'd be like, okay, let's bring in
Yeah.
what's his name, Arthas. He was a badass.
Yeah, and I think the Orc Blade Dancer was probably one of my favorites because it's like ultimate ability. It just started swinging sword around in a circle like a tornado, and it would just chop shit up.
Just decimate everything in its path. Um, One thing I really liked in that was the level editor. Is how you could so easily customize
Yeah.
a map to play on.
Yep.
Getting
made
it to be
so
like tower
many
defense was not easy, but
No.
you
Yeah,
made
getting that
so many
pattern.
what?
Maps, dude.
Oh,
Maps and modes, and then that led right into StarCraft as well.
oh,
Yeah.
Jesus! I made so many StarCraft maps. I
Me
can't
too.
play StarCraft worth a shit, but I loved designing the maps.
Yeah.
Same with
No, that was. I think Warcraft 3 was the first time I really got into building in a video game. To be honest,
that's fair.
I don't
Um,
think there was anything else I built in.
um, Ank, did you get into customizing stuff in that game?
I didn't do a whole lot. Uh, I mostly just played a shit ton of the custom games.
Yeah, I played a lot of Dota back on that. Way more tower defense, and then I got
Yeah, I
into
played
like
a lot of tower defense games.
just
Yeah.
an insane amount. I don't know why. I don't know why I got so into tower defense games on that, but it was like relentless. It was like I was like getting like I went from like being a B student to like a D student because of Warcraft 3 tower defense games. I was like, well, I mean, I already know I live in America. Why do geography homework? That's best country ever. Uh, all right. So, is there anything else you want to add to Warcraft 3 before we move on?
No, I think we had pretty much covered it.
All right. All right. So, number 2, Moose.
All right, prepare to get hate mail, sir.
Oh no.
My number 2 is Halo 2, which I feel is the pinnacle of arena shooters.
Oh man.
Fight me.
Fight
Fight
me.
me.
Well, there's always Unreal. Never mind.
Unreal's amazing. Unreal's amazing. But this is, I feel Halo 2 is the pinnacle of what arena shooters have ever been so far.
All right.
Just
So
between the maps,
for
the
people that don't
physics,
know, this guy Moose, I can just see his hands in the air right now as he's talking, just waving around.
I am Italian. I am Italian. So there's the hands is part of the accent. But yeah, so the maps were phenomenal and massive, the physics, and when it comes to gunplay, I still don't think anyone has matched Bungie.
That's fair.
From Diablo to Destiny, the gunplay is solid. It is really, really solid. And then just the level of competition and strategy. And let's not forget either that Halo 2 was like the real beginning of the revolution of console multiplayer. That is the game
That's a
where
good point.
console multiplayer blew up.
Just well, yeah, it was like all of a sudden Halo 2 came on the scene. It was like, oh, PC,
Yeah.
you got to get an Xbox.
Yep.
You got to get an Xbox because there was nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing like that on, for starters, for PC. There was nothing like that.
Yeah.
There was nothing like that. Certainly not on GameCube,
Yeah.
and certainly not on PlayStation 2.
No, the closest thing PlayStation had was like Killzone, which
Yeah,
was
but that
fun
was-
in its own right, but not
That didn't have much
Halo.
multiplayer though. At least not
Kill-
not as fast
Oh,
paced.
yeah. I'm thinking Killzone 2 Killzone 2, which I do think came out a ways after actually. Yeah, that was PS3 actually. Yeah. But yeah, Halo 2, man, original Xbox. Story was solid, but I mean, why even mention that? Brought in dual wielding.
Dual
And yeah,
dual
man.
wielding is a. I can't play a first person shooter if it doesn't have dual wield.
Yeah, dude. SMG and human pistol.
Oh my god.
SMG in my left hand every single time and pistol in my right hand. That was a monster.
I didn't play a lot of it, but I was the dickhead with the stinger and the human pistol.
Yep. the noob combo.
Oh yeah. Well, I was terrible at the game.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
Ashley, my wife Ashley, a beast with the sniper rifle. She's one of the people who's just standing on a jump pad getting headshots as she like hits the peak of her jump. I mean, her sniping was just ridiculous.
Oh man.
Yeah.
One of my favorite maps in that guy. Like I said, I didn't play it. I didn't own an Xbox when it came out. Like
Yeah.
I played it here and there at my friend's house, you know, when we're all sitting in the basement like sneaking cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
But what's it called? Blood Gulch?
Oh yeah, classic from the first game.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Oh, was that the first game? Ooh.
It was in the first game. It was they've brought it back for every Halo because it is
Okay.
the community favorite.
And then there was another one that was like a really like clean tower, but with like hardwood floors that had like a reflection. I cannot remember the name. It was like Ivory Tower. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. I like the oil rig.
Oh, that was
The oil rig was awesome. Awesome map.
my friend Cody was really good at that map. Though,
Yeah.
like I had like 3 friends in high school that would just relentlessly watch videos and learn all the super jumps.
Yep.
Just the ridiculous like get up in the rafters that are supposed to be impossible to get
Yep.
to. Just-
Zanzibar, dude.
Oh, that's another good one with like the
Zanzibar.
windmill looking
You
thing.
No, Zanzibar is the circle thing in
Yes.
the very center of the yeah. There's one of those spots you could get underneath the way you duck down, you smash the window, duck down underneath this like broken piece that's still attached to the wall, and like you like inch forward, and like once your camera starts shaking, you jump and it shoots you to the top of the map, and you can just like snipe and shit.
Oh,
And
man.
then you have to make sure you have plasma grenades on you though, so you can hit your knee with them and kill yourself when you're out of ammo. Otherwise, you're just sitting up there.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
So
times.
I'm guessing single player is not very important to you.
No, it's good. It's a solid single player campaign and multiplayer campaign with a lot of difficulties. Halo 2 is when they introduced skulls, which completely changed games. So tons of and then yeah, dude, the multiplayer is where it's at. That was my first hardcore multiplayer that I was really into.
Like really stuck into.
Yeah, and like the strategy too of multiplayer, like if you're playing team, especially, like you have to control spots on the map. Like you gotta control the shotgun and the rocket launchers, their
Right.
spawn locations. And it's fun too because you always knew the noobs because the noobs went right for the sword
Oh yeah,
every
definitely.
single time.
Definitely. Because I was that guy. I was that guy. I was like, well, swords are fucking
Yep.
badass. And so
Yeah.
there would
Well, you
always be
could
some dick with a rocket launcher like around the corner. Be like, ha ha.
rocket launcher or shotgun. Shotgun is the ultimate sword weapon. You just
True.
wait until they start dashing at you and then just dome them and they're dead.
Hey, that's called game balance. I think a lot of companies could learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to have game balance. If you're going to have an overpowered melee weapon, you got to have a counter, and they did that with shotgun.
Yeah.
Um, shoot.
Their shotgun was legit though. You had to actually like get in close. Yeah, I mean it's not Call of Duty where you're like hitting people 30 feet
Yeah,
away.
like sniping with a shotgun.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm the worst person to talk about multiplayer first person shooters. I've been playing the same one for
Yes.
fucking 56 years, and I'm still not that good at it.
I was a monster at Halo. I gotta say, me and Ashley put hours upon hours
Like,
to that game.
I got a little good at Unreal Tournament, and that's about it.
Yeah, Unreal was awesome. Unreal, and that's why I loved Halo 2 so much because I'm like, finally,
An arena
an
shooter.
arena shooter. Yes,
And
one that's not super old. Yeah,
one
no, it was
that's
awesome.
one that's not World War II based.
Yeah,
um,
it's it. Yeah.
all right. Any last words about Halo 2?
I don't think so. Well, R.I.P. to OG Halo, and now it's all fucking loadouts and bullshit. So,
Yep. Ever since Reach popped up.
well, ever since Bungie left,
Oh. Well,
once five,
oh
one
yeah.
five.
504 or whatever.
Halo 3 was Bungie's last Halo.
It was supposed to
Um,
be the last Halo.
yeah, and that was the last one that's an arena shooter.
R.I.P.
ODST too. Shout out to ODST, one of the most underrated fucking story-based games.
That had the best
ODST was
campaign.
amazing, amazing campaign.
ODST had my favorite Halo campaign.
Hell yeah,
And I'm not even a huge Halo fan.
yeah.
It's just one day me and my friend got like 230 racks and we played through every single Halo game. Like,
Hell yeah.
campaign back to back. All right, so seems to me that you prefer the PvP aspect of Halo 2.
Yes.
So my number 2 is another Super Nintendo game, and that is Super Metroid.
Nice.
And I don't even know where to start with Super Metroid, to be honest with you.
Dude.
It's one of the least hand-holdy games I've ever played. But
Yeah.
it tricks you into thinking it's not holding your hand, but the whole game is a tutorial that you don't know is a tutorial.
Yeah.
And that's just like through level design. And like you have to like keep your eye on like creatures or like your surroundings. They're like,
Yeah.
okay. And then you get a new item and you have to remember. Like, I know everybody's played Super Metroid probably 100 times, but
Yeah.
there's something about like from the intro, right from the intro to the ending credits, like there is not a moment of that game that you aren't completely absorbed in. And there's
Yeah.
not a lot of games out there. It's one of
If
the
I
only perfect games. I agree, Spooky Duke. I agree.
Yeah. If I could add to like talking about to add on to what you're talking about, Super Metroid is the first game where I actively noticed the soundtrack and the sounds of the atmosphere of that game.
that was gonna be my next. Anktoyu, did you ever play this growing up?
I played a little bit. I definitely never actually beat the game.
Okay. I have never 100%ed this game. I've
Yeah.
gotten very close. I've gotten like 87.
Yeah, I've never 100%. I've beaten it quite a few times. I have never 100% of it.
But everything I don't even know, like I'm not like I said, I'm not sure where to start on this game. Like I could go into the abandoned spaceship and like just
Yeah.
the design of that, like you beat the boss and the power comes back on and you get those Will Robinson robots like helping you across gaps.
Yeah.
Um just like the environment like opens up, like you get one item and just you can go to like 50 new places and try to
Yeah.
figure out what to do.
That's another thing too, like it creating its own genre. The Metro,
There's a
um,
reason it's called Metroidvania because,
yeah,
well,
because
Metroid
it's
came
based
first.
off Metroid and then Castlevania. Yeah, dude. Like,
Castlevania horned in on that action.
yeah, it
They
did.
did a good job,
Yeah,
but we're talking about Metroid right now.
yeah.
We'll
Metroid is no,
um,
it's one of those. It's one of those flawless games. It's one of those masterpieces.
I can say that like I have nothing bad to say about
No,
Super Metroid.
no.
Um, one of the things that sticks out to me is when you first get to like the first mini boss, like the Venus flytrap guy.
Yeah, yep,
Just the music that starts there. It's like this is a boss fight, but it's playing like the most down tempo, slow music. It's
yeah,
just it's just a creep factor.
yep,
And like once you kill it, like the whole area decays and he turns brown
yeah,
and like the music just stops.
yep,
And you're like, "Oh, this is like that was a native creature. It just happened to be in my way."
yeah,
Like it was defending itself. It wasn't like a space pirate. It wasn't like Mother Brain's crony. It was just it was there, and I needed to get past it. And you kind of
yep.
feel bad once it dies. And same with I think his name is Dragoon. It's just another mini boss, and like it's invincible. And
Right.
you shoot it in the mouth with a missile, and you eventually like King of the Hill it off into a pool of lava
Mm,
and you just see it like jumping and like crying out and like flailing its
yeah,
arms in pain and you're like oh no,
yeah,
and then like you like it goes under the lava and pops back up and like you see like the flesh dripping off of it and the skeleton underneath,
yes.
and then like it finally dies like after 5 minutes of like feeling bad for this thing that doesn't even exist in real life. And then all of a sudden, the skeleton swoops down and tries to attack you, and then crumbles into dust. And you're like, "Oh, well, that was horrifying. I feel like
Yeah.
a war criminal."
It's kind of like in Bloodborne, Rom the vacuous spider. He's a good entity. I don't know why I'm giving it pronouns. It's a good entity. Like it's the whole thing is like to hold back the veil so you don't see all the insanity that's
Yep.
really around you. And it's like, well, sorry, bro. I gotta get you to stop. So
That's on me. My bad.
yeah, yeah,
But there's so many things like that in Super Metroid,
yeah. There is.
and like you're just going around like you are blocking my item and like I don't want to do this, but you're not giving me a choice.
Yeah. And
And
the
Other
you can
level, the number of just the sheer number of secrets,
oh
like
my
little
god.
bomb spots and places you can shoot that you never think of, and
Right? You like
yeah,
I get the X-ray vision. I'm like, now I'll find every secret. Nope.
yeah.
So
Did you
many
see? Did you see what Spooky said?
Crocomire melting horror. Dude, it
For
horrifies me
sure.
now that I'm
Yeah,
34.
yeah,
It's like it's
but you
like
can also go to the other side and Ridley, he's a real son of a bitch.
yeah, that Ridley I do not feel bad about killing
no,
at
Ridley,
all.
Ridley's a dick.
Ridley's the whole reason that game happened.
Yeah,
Stealing the Metroid at the very beginning and then trying to blow you up.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, don't feel bad about Ridley or Kraid. Kraid is such a
I feel about Metroid though. Metroid is like the victim in all this.
yeah, yep.
And you gotta slaughter it still.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta protect mom,
Yeah.
and then, but then you get that badass laser beam.
Yeah, true. Worth it.
Yeah, you know, it's you gotta take your wins and your losses.
Yeah.
But no, that final boss fight. Wait, when you kill Dragoon under and the babies come and pick up the body. Yeah.
Yeah.
And drag it away. Probably to I don't want to like make this any worse for you, Spooky Duke, but it was probably to eat it.
Yeah, for sure. They're not burying it. What are they gonna you know?
They were eating mama for nutrients.
For sure.
That was a tough fight. I remember that being one of the harder fights in that game was Dragoon.
Yeah.
Unless you got the spark, the grappling hook glitch. You could grapple like
Oh, I don't know about this.
well, you could there's like little electrified panels on the walls in that boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
And if you connect your grappling hook to the electric panels at the same time the boss swoops down and picks you up, you electrocute the boss and he dies like instantly.
What?
Yeah, dude. I've done it once
That's
in
amazing.
my like 30 plus times beating the game.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of boss fights, let's talk about the final one.
Yes.
And how like that's like one of the easiest boss fights in the game is Mother Brain,
Yeah.
but it's very theatrical, and
Yeah.
that's never happened like before this game, like well in a Nintendo game
Right.
before Super Metroid. It's always like, well, hey, here's Bowser again.
Yep.
But Mother Brain, like you first of all you go through the entire boss fight of the original Metroid, like breaking the blood glass container,
Yep.
shooting the brain, and then all of a sudden he's got this fucking T-Rex body and he's wrecking your shit. And just when you're at one hit point, the fucking Metroid swoops in and just fucking drains the life and gives you that fucking hyper beam, dude.
Yeah.
And the countdown destruction begins. Oh man,
Yes.
my
Yeah, it
balls
was
are
intense. The
tingling
first
with nostalgia.
That was, I believe too, I appreciated it because it was one of the first games I played that had the countdown timer, or at least that I had gotten to the countdown timer. So at that point, it was new and interesting.
Oh man, dude. And then you could find like the secret right at the countdown. You could either like go off and like save all the like nice creatures that helped you out, and then go back and beat the
Yeah.
game if you had enough time. Oh man, I could probably do a whole like 3 hour stream talking about Super Metroid, to be honest with you.
Yes.
But we are gonna move along. So now we're at our
one.
we're at our number ones. We should for the new viewers we should recap our list so far. So Anktoyu, do your 5 through 2 just so the new viewers know.
All right, so my number 5 was Dragon Age Origins, like a super satisfying isometric RPG. Again, to like say Icewind Dale or Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter Nights. Then it would go to 4 would be X4. It's kind of a spaceship empire simulation type game. Then number 3 is Skyrim. Well, modded Skyrim specifically. The amount of customization that adds to the game is ridiculous. Then number 2 would have been Warcraft 3, which started my love for real-time strategy games.
All right, Moose, recap your
Yeah, number 5 was Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 3. Next one was Bloodborne. Then Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. And then what's my last game?
Was it Halo?
It was Halo 2.
Halo
Thank you,
2.
sir.
All right.
Yes, Halo 2. But specifically multiplayer. I mean, let's get
Specifically.
real. Let's get real.
All right, and My number 5 on Super Nintendo was Mario Paint, which I don't know if a lot of people played or liked in general. Um, my number 4 was Dark Souls, and we went on for that a long time, so
That was a minute.
we don't need to go back into that. Number 3 is Super Mario Land 2, which I could go on about again.
Please play that at some point. I want to see that.
And then you just heard it. My number 2 was Super Metroid. Now, starting with Ankh Toyu, do you have any like games that almost made the list but didn't quite cut it? Like honorable mentions. Do you have any?
Yeah, I think I'll mention it's gonna have to be the original Knights of the Old Republic.
Hell
One of
yeah.
the first Star Wars games I played. The fact that if you never played it, spoiler alerts, your main character ends up being the main bad guy, was badass as fuck.
Yeah, that game was phenomenal. I was beyond impressed with that game the first time I played it. Just with everything.
Yeah, soon as
BioWare then.
Oh yeah, BioWare back in the day.
Yeah, man.
Fucking killed it.
Yeah, as soon as you realized you were a Jedi and got the lightsaber, that was so much fucking
Amazing.
fun.
Yeah, dude. And being able to choose, like, you hunted down what crystals you wanted and got to choose what color you wanted your
Build your own lightsaber.
lightsaber and
Oh man,
stuff. Yeah, dude.
nerdgasm.
Yeah, that was cool.
Nerdgasm. Oh,
Uh,
all right, Moose. You can list more than one honorable mention if you got one.
yeah. So my first one is Dead Space.
Noted.
Phenomenal. My favorite horror game.
That's
Plus, it's sci-fi and space, which sci-fi is my jam.
all right. That's up there with RE4 in horror games for me. It's basically
Yeah.
RE4 in space,
Yes.
which makes it like
Um,
inches it above RE4. If you ask me.
Yes. And just especially the dismemberment. That's the first time I saw like real dismemberment. Like other games have dismemberment where you shoot them and their leg goes flying, but they're dead.
Yeah,
In this game, like you can cut numerous pieces off. You
they're
can
still
cut
gonna
their
eat your
head
face.
off. Yeah, some of them you can cut their head off and they're still gonna come at you. And dude, the first time I saw those babies where
Ooh.
the tendrils come out of their back and they start throwing shit at you, dude.
Yeah, that nursery area where you see all
Yeah,
the babies in the tubes just
Yep.
floating around, and all of a sudden they're in your face.
yeah.
Perfection.
And I like the zero G's too. That was cool.
0G basketball.
Yeah, yeah, that was fun. My next one is BioShock. This one has a really special place in my heart. It is the first video game where I felt, oh, this is actually an art style. This
Yeah.
isn't just let me run around and shoot stuff. There's something worth exploring here narratively. And I remember I replayed that game so many times. And one of the times I played it, it took me like 3 times as long because I literally stopped and I read everything that was scrolled on walls. I read like newspaper headlines, everything.
Yep, there's
Fucking
very few
love
games that get
BioShock.
me to do that.
And the fact that you can like approach stuff any way you want to. I mean, you got Big Daddies. You can have like go after bad guys. You can set traps. You can hack turrets. You can just go running in. You have your ability. Like it's just a ton of fun. OP. It's an OP fantasy with a great story.
Noted. All right.
Next one, Mass Effect 2.
Ooh.
BioWare, I believe, in my opinion, this is their best game when it comes to mechanics.
Right. Okay.
I find Knights of the Old Republic to be more interesting as a world and everything. But Mass
Wars.
Effect 2, man, it was like it took stuff from 1. It had stuff that went to 3, but the combination of all that stuff that the other 2 games didn't have was just
perfectly
very cool.
balanced.
It was, yeah.
The combat was
and
a little smoother.
Yeah, driving was better, much better.
I think they went a little too actiony in Mass Effect 3 for me.
Same here. We won't even talk about Drowned.
Ugh.
Next one was Diablo 2.
Ooh.
The
I'm
Diablo
surprised that
series.
didn't make it on your list.
Dude, it was wrestling with number 5. That one and BioShock were both wrestling with number 5. Yeah, Diablo 2, man. I mean, it's the perfect dungeon crawler. It started the dungeon gear crawler, the looter series. It's just awesome, man. It's brutal. The fucking graphics and everything is dark and gritty and grimy. I just love it, man. Lots of classes to choose from and lots of stuff to farm for.
All right. Nate.
And I got one more.
Oh, one more? Okay.
One more. Command and Conquer, Red Alert, and Yuri's Revenge.
Oh my God. You just made
s-
a million RTS fans just like cream their jeans right there with that statement.
My favorite RTS ever. I love garrisoning buildings. I love destroying buildings that are garrisoned. The nukes and just the ridiculous stuff you can end up building at endgame is awesome. I love it. Command and Conquer. A lot of my pre-high school days was Command and Conquer. So
Oh, Spooky Duke says Age of Empires 2. What is
strong.
that's strong? That's
Yeah,
strong.
Age of Empires 2 is kind of the same thing. It's like Command and Conquer, StarCraft and stuff, but it's more real world. It's like, you can be Romans or
Right.
stuff like that. Very cool.
It is. And they recently did a Warhammer version. Or
Did
no,
they?
no, that was Total War. Never mind. Don't
Oh,
disregard that. Disregard that. Total War is very different than Age of Empires.
Yes.
All right. So I have a couple honorable mentions.
Yes.
The first of which is Pac-Man.
Heyo.
I play Pac-Man almost every day.
You're talking like OG Atari?
No, I'm talking to arcade
Okay.
because I built that arcade stick, and I
Yes,
play
that's right.
Pac-Man a lot.
Yes.
I don't get really any better at it. It's just like I have if I have like 20 minutes to kill,
For sure.
boom, I'll put on some Pac-Man. And like I enjoy like the Pac-Man Championship Edition and all that, but I always just, I'll just pop on Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I can either play it for 5 minutes or I can play it for 3 hours. You never know. You never know with Pac-Man.
Yep.
And I mean, there's not much else to explain about Pac-Man.
No, not really.
um,
Eat fruit, eat pellets, and eat ghosts. That's
eat ghosts,
really...
eat dots, boom, you're done. But there's something so addicting about that game. It's like that and Tetris have the same addiction level for me. Like,
yeah.
if I pop on
Because it's simple. It's simple while challenging.
that's
You know
it.
what I mean? Like, yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need.
My next
That's why
one.
I like Root Beer Tapper, which is silly.
Oh my
It's
God,
just
I'm so bad at that game. So bad at Root Beer Tapper. I like it, but I'm bad at it.
If I can interject one other thing too, I found the story of Mrs. Pac-Man far more compelling.
She took the lead in that one.
Yeah, she did.
Let's see. RoboTrek on Super Nintendo, an Enix RPG with a non-turn-based battle system.
Whoa.
Well,
You may have to play that one for me.
So it was kind of turn-based, because you had like a meter that filled up.
Oh, so it's like real time.
Yes.
Okay.
But the battles took place on a grid, right?
Okay.
So you had to move your robot around each grid and then like choose an attack that would hit the enemy depending on your range. But
yeah, and like I remember like each robot you could customize. So if you wanted a melee robot, you could give it a sword, or you could give like a artillery type cannon, or like a laser pistol. So each robot you got up to 3, I believe, and you can specialize each one.
Mhm.
What's this called?
RoboTrek on Super Nintendo.
Oh,
RAO.
It sounds It sounds like a game my brother used to play, but that was PlayStation 2. And it was kind of the same thing. It was a grid. You had mechs, and you could like change out their pieces.
Well, there's Robotech, which is of a similar name, but obviously different companies.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Um,
Maybe he's. If you're watching, put it in chat. I don't know if he's
but
watching.
yeah, you could for each robot, like it had like the different stats that like they leveled up, like RPGs do, and you
Yeah.
could customize that. But then you could do combos. You could do custom combos. So like you would like type in a code with the controller buttons, and like hitting LRX, he would like dash across the screen and do like a triple swipe with his sword or something, or
Oh,
like
word.
or like fly off screen and do like a dive bomb and stuff like
Oh,
that. And it really changed it up. And it wasn't just like you choose the fight option.
right. Yeah.
And like
Final Fantasy.
yeah, exactly. It wasn't like that. But
Word.
each fight had a time limit, right?
Yes.
And if you finished the fight before the time ran out, you got bonus experience points. So
Word.
it like encouraged you to speed run through fights.
Yes.
And I thought that was just an interesting RPG in general.
Yeah.
And my final this was almost number 5 for me, but Mario Paint inched it out because nostalgia. uh, Donkey Kong Country 2.
Ah, yes. One I was surprised was not on your list.
Yes, it was almost number 5, but I remembered how many sleepless nights doing nothing in Mario Paint I had. Just doing absolutely just like this was even like before I discovered alcohol, and I was just like
Yeah.
just just spacing out endless hours on Mario Paint, even though I had MS Paint on the computer,
Yes.
but I couldn't make music and cartoons on MS Paint. But Donkey Kong Country 2,
Yes.
every character had like an overtop personality. It was just like watching a slapstick comedy the entire time you played.
Yeah.
And now the sound effects when everybody died, all that stupid grunting and farting.
Yeah.
And the level design was way better than the first one.
Yeah.
I love the first one. But just like going to that theme park, going on the roller coasters, and
Yeah.
let's not forget the Pricker Bush Symphony.
There's 2 reasons why Donkey Kong games will never reach my top 5 list.
Oh no.
It's the pricker levels.
Those that had the best music though.
Yeah. That's the positive you can say about it.
You're not good with
And-
barrels. I get it.
And the stop and go.
Oh, the stop and go. Ugh.
I
Ew.
fucking hate stop and go. Like the prickler one is a little frustrating because I have to pay more attention. Fuck stop and go. Dude.
Yeah.
If I'm playing with somebody else, which is like the only time I play Donkey Kong games for that reason, so they can do stop and go.
Fair enough.
Because I refuse.
Fair enough. I would just like to point out the level design and the difficulty curve. It had
Yeah.
a perfect difficulty curve. Like you can blow through the
That's it.
first level. The second world had some difficult ones. And then by the
Yes.
time you get to like the fourth one, you're like, okay, this is pretty demanding.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about the secret world. Holy fuck. That took me I think the secret world took me a week to beat on its own.
Wow.
That's after finding everything. You have to find every secret in the game to get the secret
Yeah.
world. And
Wow.
once you do, it's like you're going to regret you did that.
Yeah. I've never done it myself. I've only seen people do it.
Ugh, I've done it once. Once. I will never do it again. if I play DKC2 on stream, it's going to be an any percent run. I'm just going to have fun. I am not doing that secret world on stream because you will hear combinations of swear words you've never heard before. On that note, I got to take a piss and then we'll do our number ones.
Oh, kill it.
We gotta get the
Building that
suspense. Gotta
suspense.
get that
Yeah.
suspense. Feel
Next
free.
time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gonna
Yeah.
do number ones next week, guys. No. I just gotta take a pee, and I'll be right back.
Give us an hour of grunting when you're in there, Joe.
I'll bring the mic in with me. Interact with chat if they're talking. I got a lot of people in chat. Oh,
Yeah. What up, Chad? What are some of your favorite games? Do you disagree with anything we've said? Do you agree?
Yes, Smashley, what's up?
I
What's your
prefer to
games?
hear I prefer to hear agreement than more than disagreement, but you say whatever you want to say.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pull a classic here for that comment, Matt.
What's that?
I said for
Oh.
Smashley's comment, I'm gonna have to pull a classic here. 1 second.
Oh, Perfect Dark. I'm assuming you mean the original Perfect Dark, not Perfect Dark 64. Yeah, dude, Perfect Dark was so good. I would love a really good remake to that, like a proper one. Oh, was the you are talking about 64? And Star Fox 64. I can't believe no one mentioned Star Fox 64, actually. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, when Joe mentioned Robotech, I was instantly thought of Chrono Trigger as well.
Oh, yep. Chrono Trigger's awesome. Awesome. I'm surprised not my Sega games, too, made it, man. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Gunstar Heroes.
Oh, Gunstar Heroes, that was fun as fuck.
Phenomenal. I don't think my brother and I have beat more games together than we have Gunstar Heroes. I don't think there's another game that comes close.
I think that in the Sunset Riders, where Joe's and
Yeah.
mine's probably
Another honorable mention while he's gone. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The greatest fighting game ever.
I'd have to agree with that.
The only downside to that game,
you can't get it anymore.
That and the Sentinel. Fuck anybody who plays Sentinel.
Gunstar.
You're a scumbag. And I hate you so much. Fucking Sentinel, dude. The most OP character. Yeah, dude. Gunstar Heroes, man. Hey, Bob. Our Cobra, you remember when you were a kid, that one mech game you played? It was like a grid system, and you can like upgrade your mechs and like change out their weapons and stuff.
Front Mission.
Mission
I've
4.
heard of Front Mission.
That's what it was.
Never played it.
I hated that game because I was horrendous at it. I liked watching him play it though, because he was really fucking good at it.
All right. Are we ready?
Drum roll.
Anktoyu, starting with you. What's your number one?
The only game it could be, Unreal Gold.
Hell yeah.
Probably started.
Good one. It's a fantastic one, man.
Probably started one of my first games I probably ever played. Yeah. And I put so many hours into that game. I probably actually had one of the biggest clans I ran in the whole game. Probably everyone knew it. We did like both co-op and deathmatch. I actually met a server owner, and like pretty much once a day, they would actually host a server just for my clan.
That's
and we had the custom levels. We had like this huge castle, had like an active drawbridge, and everything was super cool.
Weren't you also like modding player skins and stuff?
I think I didn't personally do that, but I believe there was some like custom skins we did. Like the clan was based on this race called the Scar, which is like one of the main enemies. So we had just custom skins with like the clan logo on it.
Awesome.
But you got into level editing a little bit, didn't you?
A little bit. I mean, I didn't do a whole lot.
Oh, okay.
Word.
But you did
Unreal though. Go ahead.
their castle level with the drawbridge he's talking about. You could,
Yes.
if you set it to your PC computer clock, it would go down in the morning and it would go back up at night. It would
Oh,
like
that's
it would
cool.
follow your computer clock. It would be like, oh, it's
That's-
nighttime on his computer, so let's raise the drawbridge. Or you could just activate it with a switch if you wanted to, but it would automatically
Yeah.
go up and down at night.
Yeah. My
Um,
favorite map of that game is the one where it's like a
if you don't say
long
facing
piece of-
worlds, if you don't say facing worlds, you're wrong.
Is that the one where it's like an asteroid with two towers on
Yep,
each side
you're
of it?
okay.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
That was the best one. That was my favorite map.
I-
That map with the drivable warhead. What was
Mhm.
that thing
Oh, the
called?
Redeemer.
The
Oh, fucking
Redeemer.
good.
And the most satisfying weapon, in my opinion, is the flat cannon. Anyone who's not familiar with the flat cannon in Unreal,
It's the perfect gun.
yeah, so it shoots these little red hot pellets, basically. They're not even pellets because
There's
they're big.
shrapnel.
We're talking like, yeah, like
It's-
large,
It's just shrapnel.
red hot shrapnel, and people just become mist.
Yep.
It's so.
And then don't forget the
amazing.
alternate fire, which is a clusterfuck of shrapnel. And
Yeah, dude.
oh, Cobra agrees with the best level.
Hell yeah.
So I'd say Deck 19 comes close.
Deck 19 is a
Deck
close
19
second.
was good.
It's a
Yep.
close second. It's the first one I ever beat my older brother on.
Oh wow.
This is the first map I beat my older brother on. Nate, what is your favorite level of the campaign?
I don't remember the name, but it's essentially like an arena and you fight a bunch of titans.
Dude, I was about to say the same level. It's called Dark Arena, I think. I googled that in the bathroom.
So essentially you just drop into this arena and this like giant behemoth guy starts throwing rocks at you and you have like no guns and you have to kill it.
It's like an ancient Roman like stadium that you just pop into on an alien planet. And these things,
So
these giant things called Titans, they're giant. They tower over you, and they just start ripping
Yeah.
boulders out of the ground and hucking them at you. And
yes.
oh my god, it's like it's not even it's an amphitheater, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be like kind of like the Roman Coliseum type.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. But oh my god, that level is intense on like very hard mode.
I don't remember it too much. I honestly didn't play the campaign much. I don't even know if I ever beat the campaign.
I have me and Anktoyu here have beaten that campaign more times than I can count on co-op.
Wow.
Like, I would have to say it's probably over 20 times, right?
Who knows? It's super fucking high.
It is because we would beat it on a weekend, and then like Tuesday would roll around and we'd play through it again, and then we'd be like, "What do you want to do this weekend?" And then we'd play Unreal Gold again. We'd beat it like 4 times a week for like a year. It was ridiculous how often we played that game.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to add to Unreal Gold, Ank?
Well, not Unreal Gold specifically, but I will have to give a shout out to the Matrix mod from Unreal Tournament.
Ooh,
That was one of the coolest things ever made. So essentially, you could activate bullet time, like run across the walls, do backflips
What?
and wall jumping. It was so fucking good.
yeah, like the
That's
bullet time was like an AoE effect. So
Okay.
if you activated bullet time, it had like a sphere around you. So anyone that walked into that sphere would be in slow motion. So that's how they
Oh.
balanced it out.
Right.
So
That's dope.
it wouldn't be like, oh, you activated bullet time, slow down the whole level,
Right.
you know? Because then everybody would just be activating bullet
Yeah.
time, and then everybody
That'd
would just be slow.
ridiculous.
So
Yeah.
it would just be like it was a sphere. So like they would like jump at you, and then you would activate bullet time, and you could see their bullets just move slower and slower, and then you could
That's awesome.
run on a wall and like impact and hammer them in the head for like a
That's
headshot.
awesome.
It was a lot of fun. I think Moose, that me and you have the same number one. I think.
I believe so.
What is your
believe
number
so.
one?
Link to the Past.
Boom! We have the same number one spot, so we can just fucking nerd get. You start. It's your
I mean,
turn. It's your turn to talk.
It's flawless, and everything about it is iconic. What else is there to say about it? I mean,
Uh,
the music, the everything is so iconic, dude. There are people who have never played video games who understand. Take this; it's dangerous to go alone. It is just such an iconic thing, and well done. I mean, dude, the overworld is a puzzle. I liked the overworld
the overworld is a dungeon
more
itself.
than the dungeons. Yeah, more than the other dungeons.
The overworld is the main dungeon. Like you have to
Yeah.
go into the dungeons to find the items to complete the overworld.
Yep. And I like too that like for those who don't want hand holding, there's no hand holding.
None.
But for those who are having trouble, you can go talk to people and they
Yeah.
will give you
Oh, the
hints and tell you
fortune
where to
teller.
go. Yeah.
You
So
can-
like, go ahead.
No, I was just we're making the same point at the same time.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But yeah, man. So I really don't know what to say because it's just perfect. Like I defy chat to come up with something negative about Link to the Past.
Ooh, that sounds like a challenge.
I challenge.
I'm going to keep my eye on chat, but I'm going to bring up boss design.
A little redundant after the first game.
Excuse me.
What?
The boss design of Link to the Past. Every
Yes.
boss completely different.
They are, yes.
Some bosses have multiple ways to beat them.
Really?
Yes, like the guy with the mask. I think it's the Palace of Darkness, the first dungeon in the Dark World.
Yeah.
You can either bomb his mask off, or you can smash him in the face with a hammer to get his mask
Okay.
off.
I always use bombs. Always.
Yeah, that's the quicker way. But if you run
Yeah.
out of bombs, you can
For
use the
sure.
hammer. The glitches in this game, you can use the hammer dash to be like kind of invincible.
Yeah.
Jeez, just like some of the puzzles in the dungeons, like the blind man's dungeon,
Yeah.
like having to bring the fake maiden up to the room so you can like get it in the sunlight to turn into the
Yeah.
boss. You know how many
Yeah.
times I was like, shit. When I was younger, like the first time I played the game, when I was really young,
Yeah.
I kept trying to take that fake maiden outside of the dungeon. I was like, shit, there's no boss in this
Oh,
dungeon. Let's
right.
go. And it just reset the dungeon.
Yep.
I was like, oh, what am I missing? And then
Yeah.
eventually, I figured it out. And I was like, well, I feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then the Dark World Forest, when you had to use the fire
Yep.
staff to get into the last room, that took me
Yeah.
forever. I was
Yeah.
calling up my friends that had Super Nintendo. I'm like, are you still stuck on this part? And they're like, yeah, I can't figure it out. Because we didn't have internet.
Yeah.
We didn't have internet. So we were all calling. We had like the fucking Zelda hotline. We were just always calling, did you find a heart piece? And blah, blah, blah. And just
Yeah.
like endless. It was just like weeks of like racking up my parents' phone bill to make a long
Yeah.
distance call to figure out how to get a heart piece.
Yeah.
It was also the first game I ever bought with my own money.
Oh wow.
Granted, it was birthday money, so technically not true, but
Oh, it's still your money.
it was saved up for like 4 birthdays, and then I bought that. What would you say is your favorite item in that game?
Oh wow. not counting the Master Sword. Probably the hook shot.
Yep. Wow, we're on the
Yeah.
same page with all this.
Yeah, hook shot, man. You can stun enemies, and it brought such a different sense of mobility, and being able to go back places and whatnot was really cool.
Oh, and let's not forget the mirror puzzles in the Dark World, like finding like
Yes.
the secret areas that you had to warp back to the light world.
That
Oh,
was so much fun, dude. I loved that so much that having to go back and forth between these two worlds and interact with them. It's almost like two different realities, and it's a great puzzle aspect. I really liked it.
and just to point out, like in the beta of Link to the Past, there
Yeah.
was going to be a third overworld that was
What?
like sci-fi.
What?
Yeah.
I understand why that didn't make it in.
Yeah,
It
I'm
wouldn't make
upset it
sense.
didn't. It wouldn't make sense. I'm upset it didn't make it in because I
Yeah.
really want to know what a sci-fi
Yeah.
Link to the Past would have been like.
Same.
I
But
think Chrono Trigger took that.
I think Chrono Trigger was like, we'll take that, which is another great Super Nintendo game.
Yep.
It's probably, I wouldn't say it's top 10. It'd be like around 15, 17, something like that. Yeah, sadly, this has come to an end.
Yeah.
It's been a blast. I got a lot of viewers.
Oh, if I could do actually one more shout out because of Link to the Past, it made me think of Phantom Hourglass. We need more Zelda games, especially now that the Switch is out, where you can write on the map.
Oh, yeah, that
What
was
the fuck?
that was a lot of fun. It was like make some notes.
Yeah, dude. I made so many notes. We have a Switch. There's no reason. There's no reason. Sell a $20 pen.
Yeah, you
Worth
you know
it,
Nintendo's
Nintendo.
about the add-ons.
Yeah, dude. Sell a $20 stylus and the
I
full
know, right?
price game.
It's like
Let's do it.
how do you release Mario Maker 2 without a stylus?
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
It's
I don't
like
know.
uh, I know
Yeah.
some Apple like the iPencil or whatever the fuck it's called, that might work for the
Yeah.
Switch. But anyway, I do agree
Yes.
with you. We do need to be able to take. Could you imagine how much better Breath of the Wild would be if you could put notes
Oh
on the
my
map
gosh.
instead of
Yes,
just
dude.
fucking little nipples, little
Yeah.
niplets, little
Yep.
nipple things? I like. What does this blue diamond mean? I don't
Yeah,
know. I
exactly.
put it
Yeah.
there 300 hours ago.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that was 200 hours ago. I was stoned and it was 4 in the morning. I don't know what this
I
thing
don't know what the
means.
blue diamond is, and whenever,
Yeah.
and then you go there and it's like a boss fight. And you're like, oh shit.
Oh, dude, I totally starred things like the best hill to slide down on your shield.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the dumbest stuff. They're just random symbols. So I'm like running across the map.
To figure out
It's
what the
like,
star means, and it's like,
ah,
oh, I just had
shit.
fun sledding.
Yeah, I just wanted to come back here and sled later. Oh, well.
That's what a note would have been for.
I'm stuck on that game.
Me too.
And not like skill or knowledge wise, just motivation. I'm on a stealth mission,
Yeah,
which is not what I want from Zelda.
yeah.
So
No,
from Link.
there's
So
which makes Link to the Past even perfecter. There's no
Yeah.
stealth mission.
yeah.
Like, I want to go back and play Wind Waker again, but the intro is a stealth mission.
Yeah,
So
it
I'm just
is.
like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any final words that you guys want to say to chat or anything before we get going?
I don't think so. Does chat have any questions or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For anyone in chat that's listening, what is your favorite game of all time?
Cobra says Metal Gear and Zelda.
Metal Gear's. Oh, I think he's picking on us about the stealth missions and Zelda.
Oh, fair enough. Yes, yes. I'm not used to being on this side of the chat.
Fair. It's weird.
Yeah. No, you definitely have to. Yeah, dude. Knights of the Old Republic.
Ooh.
Fantastic fucking game.
Got
dude.
on Anktoyu's list. All right.
Yeah.
I've played through that a few times. Always went red saber.
Ah, see, I always went cyan because blue was my favorite color back in the day.
Play Wind Waker Randomizer. It's a brand new game. I didn't even know there was a randomizer for
That's
that.
still, I'd watch that. I'd watch that.
Wow. I've only played the Link to the Past randomizer. And
Yeah.
that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah. You should do that Metroid Zelda crossover randomizer sometime.
Oh god. Dark Souls 1
Dark
is your
Souls 1.
favorite game of all time. I can get down with that. I can get
Yeah.
down with that. That's like if it wasn't for my nostalgia, Dark Souls 1 would have been higher on my list.
Well, I almost had Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne on the list. And I'm like, seriously, Dark Souls 1 was almost my number 5. So, but I'm like, someone else is going to have this on the list. I know it. And it's going to be so redundant. Do we need to talk about 2 in a row? So, which we ended up doing anyway because we had the same number for our.
Yep.
Yeah.
Purple Saber Crystal to be
Bro was dope.
SLJ? What's SLJ? I'm not real familiar with Star Wars lore.
Super lightweight Jedi.
What? Is that
I
true?
don't know.
Oh.
No.
The purple laser is lighter than the other laser. Oh, Samuel L. Jackson. Oh,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
All right, I forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Sammy J.
The only reason to watch the prequels. All right, so
It's fun.
yeah, we might have to do. There was a good turnout for this. We might have to do some more top 5 lists if you guys are down.
Yeah. I think a movie or comic book movie would be fun.
Yeah, actually, yeah. If anybody, I mean, I can't have like 100 people, but if anybody in chat is, I'll keep everybody updated. We'll do a top 5 movie next time I do it. I don't know when, because I just decided that we're doing it just right now.
I already know my top 1, so
I
did too. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think
movie
I know.
is way easier than video games for me, to be honest.
I have the RetroSia Instagram. If people want to follow and like DM me, like if they're interested in getting on Discord and being a part of the top 5 countdown, maybe we'll have like, I don't know, like 5 people total.
I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
maybe just have like a rotating, just a random guest like here and there, and just have like a main cast, essentially us 3.
Yeah.
Adding 2 more people, I think they'll like give us another hour. So that'd be about 3 hours. I think that's good.
Yeah. And it also depends on if like I know some people that might be down, like I know some movie buffs. I know a lot of movie buffs. So I'll throw that out there.
I used to be a movie buff. I've
ever since
it's been a while. I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. Like if I do have TV on, it's a sitcom I've seen 100 times or sports. So
honestly, ever since Blu-ray took over, I'm like, I'm not so much a movie buff anymore.
Yeah, I do have to watch that Suicide Squad. That's on HBO now. So
oh yeah. Well, now that it's free, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. But
yeah,
dude, top 5 movies would be awesome.
Yeah, we could definitely do that at some point. But hey, everybody in chat, there's a lot of you. That I see active right now. Of course, Ank, Moose, and Smashly are on. Abbott Costello, that's a good username.
Love it.
Academy Impossible. I don't know what that reference is, but that sounds like a comic. Oh, Bing Cortana. That's fun.
Microsoft Shield.
Yup.
Nice.
That's Bill himself. Cobra Laserface. I know you. I know Cobra Laserface. Fix Lovin'. I don't recognize that name. Joint Effort. I do recognize Joint Effort and Sad Girl. Don't be so sad.
Smiles. That's what we're here for.
Smile. Smile girl without an
Yep.
I, GRL. Social Friends 11, that sounds like a bot, but I'm not sure.
Time out. Instant.
If
Spooky
you're a bot, tell us how we can make $500 a week at home,
or how to become famous on Twitch.
or how to get a bigger dick.
How to
It's
go to...
always one of those three. It's always one of those three.
Well, I want my dick to be famous, so
Yes.
and Spooky Duke 9 has been here since we started. So
Yeah,
thank you.
Spook Duke.
Spooky Duke, he's been here since we started, and
Yeah.
he followed, new follower tonight. So I really
And
appreciate.
Thank you for the participation too.
Yes,
Participation's
definitely.
awesome from chat.
It
We do
it.
have to give honorable mention to TS Sean 23206 from earlier.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, you banned him because he was a bot. And then I see Violet's TV in here every now and then. I think somebody's just watching on their TV, just hanging
I
out.
think so. Yeah, it's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, if you're watching on TV and you have to type with a remote, I feel your pain.
Yeah, don't.
It's not worth it.
I thank you for being here anyway, and I doctors hate this one simple trick. Just put this fucking pump on your dick. You'll have a foot-long wiener and a 6-inch foreskin. What?
I have a picture now. And it's just like flapping in the wind.
Just like a windsock.
Just the floor, just the foreskin.
Thanks, guys. Tons of fun.
Yep.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you
Yeah,
again for the
definitely.
follow. It's really appreciated. I usually stream 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes on the weekend if I'm feeling frisky. But yeah, that's our top 5 games. Let's just Mario Paint, Dark Souls, Super Mario Land 2, Super Metroid, and Link to the Past. Your turn, Ank, just for the close off.
Dragon Age Origins, X4, Skyrim, Orga 3, and Unreal Gold.
Moose.
Yeah, I got Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind, Bloodborne. My memory is horrible. Bloodborne. I chose these and I can't remember them. Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, Halo 2, specifically multiplayer, and then Link to the Past.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
And I would like to thank everybody again so much. There's a lot of you in
Yes.
chat. This is one of the biggest chat groups I've seen active, I think, since I started streaming. So that is
Yeah.
really appreciated.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do more of these round tables, I think.
Hell yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was good to hear everybody's voice.
Yes.
But thank you guys. Thanks for taking the time to make the list. Especially Ank,
Yeah.
who I know had trouble making 5.
Honestly, I did like probably 3 games this morning before I went to work.
Fair enough. Oh, I know how you are, Ank, so I'll let you go to bed. I know you got to work in the morning. And again, thanks to both of you for taking the time out
sure.
of your day.
Oh, it's awesome. Dude, I had a ton of fun making the list, let alone talking about it. And when we do the movie list too, I'm watching all 5 of my movies.
Fair.
Even though
Fair.
I literally have seen one of these movies twice in the past week and a half. Still gonna rewatch it.
I know. Katie's gonna be very happy about rewatching some of these.
Yes.
But
Maybe kind of
Alright.
add on to this, like maybe like the end of each quarter, maybe just do like what your favorite game of that quarter has been.
That'd be cool.
oh, I could do that.
Game of year or so, yeah. We could do November. We could do game of the year stuff. What's our game of the years and stuff like that?
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, shit, I forgot an honorable mention.
What's that?
Caves of Cud. Look it up.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was actually gonna honorable mention Wasteland. Fantastic series. 1 and 2 are amazing. 3 is free on Xbox Game Pass. Go play it, people.
Boom. Oh,
I
maybe I'll do
have
it.
Xbox Game Pass.
Boom. Get it. Play
Yeah.
Wasteland
It's also on Steam. Get it on Steam if you don't want Xbox Game Pass. I totally understand. Xbox
Just
Game
get it.
Pass is fucking shit.
Just
It's like as a launcher, it's garbage.
get it. Dude,
And as I understand, like,
It's worth
oh,
the money to buy it for like $50-$60 just so you don't have to use that launcher.
dude, I like when I buy a game on Steam and I have to use the Steam launcher to launch the game's launcher to play the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I have so many launchers. I also have a GeForce launcher.
Oh god.
So I can launch stuff in like recommend settings and shit.
yep, the GeForce Experience.
Yes.
All right.
Dude, I have like 3 different programs just to like run my RBG. Shit.
Yeah, you one for the computer, one for the fucking keyboard, and probably one for the mouse.
The keyboard, the mouse, and then I use Corsairs for everything inside the computer.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. I say that like I know what you're talking about. I haven't.
Fair enough. Corsairs who did my my memory and my fans.
Oh, okay.
Wrote that up.
So you
My
gotta get it.
keyboard it's called a Ducky keyboard, and essentially like each year they do a themed space bar depending on like the Chinese zodiac. So mine's a rabbit rocket launcher, or essentially just a
Awesome.
rocket. So just a rabbit head with a rocket blasting off. It's super
That's
cool.
awesome. We could also do like our 5 worst games or something too.
Oh god, that might be even harder than the 5 best games.
Not for me.
Oh.
Putting them in order, maybe, but nah, I could probably think of top 5 pretty quick.
Top 5 worst games.
Yeah.
That could be on a hilarious stream.
Oh, definitely could, because it's just gonna be us shitting on stuff the entire time.
Oh, I could also like load up gameplay videos of it.
Plus, like chat too. I guarantee chat will light up more. People like to shit on stuff more than they like to praise it. So
Worst game is that one fighting game we bought and returned the same day. Oh my god.
it wasn't Eternal Champions, was it?
Duckies.
Biofreaks.
Oh,
Remember?
Biofreak. Yeah, that was a bad one too.
Duckies are the best retail mechanical keyboards.
Oh, word. Mine is a Logitech, I think. Oh no, my keyboard's a Steel Series. I really like Steel Series stuff. That my headset is also silver or Steel Series. My
Dis-
mouse is LG though. I got a Pro Gaming.
Distrega? Never heard of that. My keyboard is a USB keyboard from Walmart.
Yes.
It types.
There we go. That's all you need. All you need.
The WASD works, so I'm good.
Yeah. Ashley was pretty sure she wanted everything to glow, so
Oh, fair enough.
dude,
Yeah.
our power strip is RBG.
Oh my god.
I'll have to take a picture of that and send it to you.
The only thing that goes in mine is the red LED on the CPU cooler and the logo on the graphics card. Much more subdued than yours.
You
Yes.
know you can build a PC in a shoebox, right?
Yeah. Now we don't even need a lamp in the living room anymore. Like this shit glows, dude. Yeah, dude, I'll turn everything else and just have the power bar on, and the power bar like lights up the entire room.
And it's pretty.
It is. It is. It's going.
All right. Well, I
Yes.
gotta get going. I'm gonna say
Oh, thank you for the invite. It was a ton of fun.
no problem. Hopefully, we'll have some more people next top 5.
Yeah.
I'll keep thinking of these. This was a lot of fun. It was
Cool.
a little
Yeah.
more relaxing than playing a game I hate or something.
Yeah. I try whenever I think of ideas like this, I try and send it to you. If you don't use them, no worries. I'm just literally everything I think of, I just send you. So
Well, this has been one of my most successful streams so far.
yeah, this has been awesome. This was a ton of fun, man.
And yeah, thanks for stopping by,
Everybody.
and thanks for chat for
Yeah.
hanging out and wanting to listen to us.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do super specific and do
Yeah.
like top 5 or top 3 of specific
Yes.
genres.
Spooky gets it.
RGB
Spooky
vomit
gets it.
for
That's right. See this
again.
shit from space.
Spooky's killing it in chat.
Yeah. Yep. That was our goal. We wanted to see our shit from space. So
The Great Wall of RGB.
yes, I have to get into the pro. Right now, I just have everything on Rainbow. Essentially, I have to jump in there and actually do a custom thing. But dude, each fan has like like 20 LEDs, and you set each LED individually.
Oh, you got to go full control. Get the red control as in the game.
Yeah, well, I have Nightwing and Swamp Thing on my computer desk here, so I'm thinking about doing red and green.
Oh, that makes sense.
Or blue and green, I mean. Yeah. For Nightwing and
Oh yeah, I guess Robin would be red, not Nightwing.
well, no, you're probably not. New 52 Nightwing had red.
Oh, okay.
So you probably just saw that. Fucking New 52. That's a whole nother discussion too. Let's do that sometime. Let's just shit on New 52 in DC for a little
Too
while.
easy. Too easy.
It is. It's like Activision.
It's like Activision. I can shit on DC New 52 as much as I can shit on Activision and Blizzard.
Oh, for sure.
But at least DC's not getting sued.
That's true. By many people. By many people.
They're just
They're we should just do a regular. This is called the roundtable stream, just random shit topic.
We could do that sometime too. I'm totally down for that.
hell yeah.
Just shit on companies we
Each
don't like.
person brings their own topic, and you spend a little time on there or something. Just something in the news, video game wise, or something.
Wait. I spent more time choosing my fan colors than building my whole machine.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'm trying. That's the issue. Is I don't want to jump into it unless I have like 3 hours on my first session of messing with it. Yeah.
You got to get it color coded to the game you're playing.
That'd be good. That'd be good. That would take so many profiles. That would take so long.
All right, no, I'm playing Mario 64.
I do want to. The first thing I'm going to do is edit the keyboard so that like the buttons I use for gaming are like lit up special. But
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That could be
dude,
another stream, just discussing random gadgets you've collected that you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Oh god, I don't have any gadgets. My computer. Oh god.
We'll have to get Ashley, dude. You should see the gadgets she has in her dresser.
In the sock.
That's another stream right there.
We gotta unsheath this bad boy. If this was in Toy Story, it would be a whole different movie. Andy stuck his what in your where?
Yeah, have you seen that little animated thing where
Yes.
they meet his mom's toy? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, they
That
got
was
the
good.
same name as us, Woody and Buzz. No, I saw one where Andy bought a flashlight. It was like Andy's the best owner. Andy's the best. Oh my god, what happened? He's like throwing up everywhere. It's disgusting.
Crazy. Crazy.
Holy shit! All right.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Bye, chat.
Thanks everybody. See you later,
Till
Moose.
next time. Yep. Later, Ank.
See ya.
Hey, have a good night. Hey, I'll see you later, Ank. Hopefully I'll see you soon. And yeah. Oh, he left. All right. I would like to thank everybody in chat for sticking around this long. And if you have, I have Instagram, I have Twitter, I have YouTube. If you have any suggestions for like games you want to see, or like maybe other top 5s or top 10s even, yeah, just drop me a line on my Instagram. That's the one I check the most because my Twitter's not too popular. So, but yeah, thanks everybody for stopping by, and thanks again for Spooky Duke for following. I hope everybody has a good night. I might do a late night stream, not sure. We'll see. Keep an eye out for that. And yeah, take care, everybody. Thank you so much again. This has been a blast. Later.